How's it going, everyone? It's Sam doing a little bit of a different video here again today. Not gonna draw it out. I just want to talk to you today about some manipulation that's happening in crypto. And I think it's really obvious if you look for some signs. So I'm outside again, actually in the garage here. It's a really crappy day though, so I don't really want to go outside. And I do want to show you some stuff on the laptop here. So I know that this is probably not the cleanest way to represent it, but I think this is gonna be really important. So what we're seeing right now is we're seeing a drop in crypto prices, right? We saw smart contracts come to Cardano, and we are seeing a drop with Cardano falling down to the 230s, 240 range. We saw Bitcoin actually go up to about 47,000, and I'll actually show you it here. So we can see Bitcoin actually moved up pretty significantly, and then it fell very quickly. So we are seeing high amounts of volume right now. So we went from 47,000 or 44,700 to about 47,000 within minutes. So within about 15 minutes, we saw a massive pump, and then we saw a massive drop off. Now this itself isn't manipulation necessarily, but we're seeing massive amounts of volume. When you look at how much volume started there and picked up very quickly. Obviously, there's some people buying Bitcoin, buying other cryptocurrencies too, because we saw Ethereum do about the same thing, and we're seeing it happen very quickly. Now, there is some manipulation, and this is not necessarily it, but this is definitely it. So there are news articles talking about how Walmart is going to start accepting crypto as payment, specifically Litecoin. This was in the news. Now, after this happened, it came out that this is just fake. Walmart came out and said, no, this is not true. We're not accepting Litecoin. And what people are doing, in my opinion, right? If they push out this fake narrative that people are going to, or these companies are going to accept Bitcoin as legal payment, then a lot of people get excited, they buy in, it pushes the price up a little bit more. Everyone's looking for the next Tesla that's going to buy in, buy $1 billion worth. People buy in, and then it comes out that it's fake, and then they dump off, and then the whales can also sell at the same time and cause massive drops in the price, and then the whales can actually buy more later. Once it's fallen down a good amount, maybe some people get liquidated too. We've seen this plenty of times, but they want to cause more fear, uncertainty, and doubt because not enough of them got in when it was $30,000. They want to push it down. And there's more evidence of that here. So there's recently some news that Ukraine is going to, this literally says, Ukraine adopts new law to legalize Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So that literally came out, and this is not true. It's basically saying that it's already happened, and that's not true. So we have to be careful because these different news outlets are going to report things differently. Now, we did get some good news here actually today from Michael Saylor, and they bought, let me pull it up here, they bought a significant amount of Bitcoin. They bought over 5,000 Bitcoin, and they bought it at over $48,000 per Bitcoin. So this is showing again that they feel very strongly in Bitcoin. Now, they have acquired 114,000 Bitcoin for $3.16 billion. And they're still adding more. Now, Willy Woo, who is an on-chain analyst who actually does really well, has a reason that he thinks that they are buying so much, and I'll get that here in a second, but I do want to shout out BlockFi. So in case you guys want, definitely stay through to this because there is more news here and there's more manipulation that we have to talk about. But BlockFi, if you guys want, there is a link underneath the video. It does help make these videos possible, so I really do appreciate if you guys check them out. They do pay interest rates on different cryptocurrencies, and they do have a sweet Bitcoin rewards card. So definitely check both those out. They pay up to 4% on your Bitcoin, and they pay more than that on other cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. And again, you can always move money out of there. You can move money in there. They do pay a bonus too when you sign up and deposit some money. So I do appreciate that. Now, I will say Willy Woo thinks that part of the reason that they are buying so much is that a lot of companies still don't want to buy Bitcoin because of the way that they account for it. So he's saying that he thinks that public companies find it easier to use a convertible debt instrument in MicroStrategy to gain Bitcoin exposure. Now, he says that he thinks MicroStrategy holds Bitcoin for many companies. He's looking forward to seeing the end of the quarter filings. There are a couple of significant buys in the $1 billion range, and he thinks that possibly corporations will disclose some big buys. Now, some other some other fear, uncertainty, and doubt, some other manipulation that we have to hit on. Is this coming from the Wall Street Journal? They say El Salvador runs a Bitcoin scam. So the Wall Street Journal, one of the most well-respected, one of the largest publications in the world for I'd say financial education, they are saying that they're running a Bitcoin scam. And what they said specifically is that they got an education on the day of the launch. The website for the e-wallet Chivo is actually crashed. So they said they got an education, the wallet crashed. Also, the cryptocurrency traded down as much as 17%. So I'd say that definitely sounds quite bearish. I mean, I don't know what their intentions are, but the fact is a lot of these different websites crash. A lot of these wallets crash. We're talking about massive amounts of volume, and this is kind of normal. If you are in the crypto space, that doesn't really surprise you. Now, I think this does hit some people, though, that don't really know too much about cryptocurrencies, and they're thinking, oh man, if the wallets can crash and the cryptocurrency can trade up and down 17%, that's definitely not a good use of currency, or it can't be used as currency very well. Why would anyone want this? And then they will go and spread more fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or possibly it just, I think there are a variety of reasons that they could be doing this. But if you are used to this, if you are in the cryptocurrency space, you understand this. This is something that happens regularly. I'd say for a lot of the long-term Bitcoin holders, 17% is kind of like a normal day. Of course, if you have been in Bitcoin more recently, you don't want to see this because you're probably a little bit more nervous because you probably bought a lot closer to the prices that we're seeing now than $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 like some OG Bitcoin holders. But I think overall we are seeing some manipulation. For a while we didn't see any manipulation. We just saw upside from $30,000 all the way up to $48,000, then up to $52,000. And now we're seeing a little bit more manipulation. Now that might be because the market's a little bit softer. There's a little bit more fear because we did see a drop. But long term, I'm still very bullish for end of year. I'm still very bullish throughout the rest of the year, and I'm not selling anything right now. I think we will see some positive catalysts here with possibly more corporations buying in the next couple months when we see the next earnings report. Heck, Visa CEO just said that he is finally smart enough to buy Bitcoin, and they bought a CryptoPunk. Also, Budweiser bought, they had to use Ethereum for their NFT that they bought. So there are companies that are having to use Ethereum and buy Ethereum, and whether they hold it or not, that is a good sign. And I would think that we would see more companies with Ethereum and Bitcoin on their balance sheet this coming quarter. Now, of course, I can always be wrong. I thought this would happen more throughout the year after Tesla, and it hasn't really happened yet. But of course, I want to hear your thoughts on this down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you like these kinds of videos that aren't just the normal setting. I appreciate it. I realize it's a little bit different. Sorry for not having probably the best setup to see information on my computer, but maybe next time I'll do something different. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Thank you for checking out BlockFi. And thank you to BlockFi for sponsoring that part of the video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.